Yes, welcome back to another stream. It's all popping off this morning about Pep Guardiola, people. We have a bit of news regarding Pep Guardiola. We're going to get into it. It's not just a bit of news. As far as I'm concerned, it's actually quite big news. We're going to talk about the source. We're going to talk about what the news is. We're going to talk about what this means for Manchester City, what it means for me, what it means for you, what it means for all of us. Pep Guardiola, our beloved manager. There is updates regarding his future, his legacy, the legal situation, statues, renamed stands, contracts, retirements. Pep Guardiola, apparently there is stuff to talk about regarding our beloved manager. So listen, before we get into it, house rules, do me a favor, smash a quick like on this video. Already 175 in the building. Smash a quick thumbs up button. Massively helps us here at City Extra Industries. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. And we're going to get into all that good stuff about Pep Guardiola. Before you all panic, there is no need to panic. We can all calm down. Pep Guardiola is not retiring anytime soon. He's not leaving anytime soon. So let's all take a... Ooh, relax. We're all good. Pep's not going anywhere, man. Pep's not going anywhere. I was away in London over the weekend there. I was at the Sidemen charity match. I did a vlog. Hopefully some of you watched it and you enjoyed that. And we made some videos for the Big Six. Obviously, some of you will know I do the Big Six. It's a show I do with rival fans. And they were saying to me, some of them were saying that they believe the Premier League's just fucked until Pep Guardiola leaves. Do you know what I mean? City is going to run amok. You can see the pain Pep Guardiola has inflicted on rival clubs, because until the last 10 years, they weren't used to Manchester City being a powerhouse. And I saw a great headline. I think it might have been the Telegraph. You know, I can't remember off the top of my head. I posted it on my own Twitter. We'll get into the Pep stuff, trust me, but I want to tell you about this stuff as well. It might be the Telegraph, I'm not sure. I screenshotted it and I put it up. It was Man City have £365 million plan for world domination while life passes by Manchester United. What a headline that is, man. What a headline that is. So basically, yeah, they weren't used to City dominating and having power and getting the best players in the world and one of the best stadiums in the world and winning trophies left, right, and center. And they've kind of come to the conclusion that until Pep leaves, it ain't a level playing field. You know what I mean? They can't compete with us. And you can tell me if you believe that's true or not. You can tell me if you think that's a fact, or, you know, is Pep the reason that no one can get near us, or is it the infrastructure? But Pep, for me right now, I can't overlook him. He's my man. So there is news regarding Pep. It comes from Tolmy's Hairdo on Twitter. Now, listen, before you get on to me, chat, I know some of you think he's a total bozo. Some of you think he's gospel. But what I am going to say is, to preface this conversation we're about to have, Tolmy simply would not post this kind of material unless he was pretty confident. Because for anybody to say what Tolmy has said this morning, the last 7 hours ago, you're putting your neck on the line. You're putting your reputation on the line. So if he's wrong about this sort of thing, people will just reference that the whole time. So you have to take these things on board, chat. that you would not say, any journalist, any ITK, anything. You don't say these kind of things unless you're pretty damn sure, because your stocks will go into the mud if you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? World domination. That's what I'm saying, Dash, man. Right. So Tommy has spoke on Pep. There's 4 or 5 major talking points, and I want to get into all of them with you. They're quite big as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to take this as true because I know someone who knows of someone who knows of someone who knows of someone that knows Tommy. And apparently the guy he's legit, man. He's legit. Apparently he knows his shit. So I'm taking this. Brian says apparently he's leaving in 2025, or he's leaving in 2025. Pep's current contract runs till 2025, but we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that now, brother. Right, the first piece that I want to read out. We're gonna go along the timeline that Tommy built for us. So big up Tommy for this, man. And we're gonna get into it. Let me find it. Let me find all the major pieces. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Tommy, man. Tommy. Yeah, Pep. Right, chat. Bear with me, man. Here we go. Jude news, man. Is the Jude Bellingham news? What's that, man? You're gonna have to tell me. Right, let's forget about the side talks for the minute, man. No BS. Right, here we go. People very close to Pep have stated City could be his last club. There are numbers of factors driving his thinking at this time. So people close to Pep Guardiola have stated that City could be Pep Guardiola's last club. Now, does that mean Pep will simply retire in 2025? Does that mean he'll just call it a day at club level, say, I've won everything, and give international a crack? But City to be Pep's last club. What do we think about that? That would be an unbelievable touch of loyalty from Pep Guardiola. And loyalty is a big, big word in this stream, because we're going to get into why. Man. We're going to get into why loyalty is big. But Pep Guardiola, could Manchester City be Pep's last club? We know he's done Barca B, Barca, Bayern, and now Manchester City. Manchester City is the club he spent the longest stint at. It's obviously the hardest league in the world. It's probably one of, if not his most prized or proud moment, his achievement so far at Manchester City. Now, as long as the Premier League charges hang over City, he feels affronted that his work and that the club is being called into question. As long as the Premier League charges hang over City, he feels affronted that his work and that of the club is being called into question. So Pep's laying down the line here. If all of this is true, Pep's laying down the line that he's saying while the charges are still hanging over us from the Premier League, they're questioning his work. They're questioning the integrity of Pep Guardiola's successes. So he feels compelled to stick around for the whole charges process to basically clear his name and say everything that we succeeded with and everything we achieved while I was at Manchester City was legit. And when you achieve the success that Pep Guardiola has at Manchester City, if some bastard's going to come along and try and take that away from you and say there was no integrity in what you achieved, of course you're going to stay and fight. Do you know what I mean? Of course you're going to go, I'm not leaving until I get my flowers and until my flowers smell nice. You're not just going to say, what, you're saying there's no integrity in what I achieved? I'm going to leave anyway. No, Pep worked really damn hard to evolve with this team, to grow this team, to win 5 Premier Leagues, multiple cups, get his hands on that Champions League, win that elusive treble only once done before in Premier League history. Of course he's going to stay around and fight for him, man. And we know that Pep has this sort of fighting attitude. We know he does from when the charges initially broke last February, whatever it was. The first press conference he did, or one of the first press conferences post-charges being announced, was the Aston Villa game. And Pep said, I'm not leaving kind of thing. I will bring back Mike Summerby if we go down to Division 2. Basically, I'll be here in this seat. I think that was the quote. I'll be here in this seat. Listen, 325 in the building. Please do me a favor. Like the stream, man. Like the stream. But you know what I'm saying, man? If someone's going to try and discredit your work, when you believe your work is totally legitimate and all your success is totally legitimate, you're going to fight for that, man. I like that. He says, if there is no resolution prior to his current contract elapsing, Pep will stay at the Etihad. I'll read that again, man, to let that sink into your head. If there is no resolution prior to his current contract elapsing, Pep will stay at the Etihad. So we know his current contract runs out in 2025, and they're saying if this Premier League charges nonsense does not come to an end by the time 2025 comes around, when Pep's due to leave, he will stay at the Etihad. I'm not fucking leaving, says Pep Guardiola. That's what I'm saying about the fight and talk. He's willing to stay past his current contract to ensure all his success he's had to date and any future success that we will have while Pep Guardiola is the manager is clean as a whistle. No one can question it, and we beat these charges. Because obviously while Pep have had City so far, or while City have had Pep, we've been dominating. He's been the spearhead, the figurehead, the main man in our successes. None of us, including him, want that wiped out by no Premier League charges that him and the club both feel we're innocent of. So it makes sense to me. It makes sense, and it's basically a gesture of his loyalty and his certainty that we are clear of the charges. Now, us as fans, we don't know. We're not lawyers, man. We don't know the ins and outs of this case. We can't say. But all we know from the club is that they're adamant of innocence, and Pep Guardiola seems to be adamant of innocence. If he's willing to stay past his current contract, like if Pep felt we were guilty of charges, people, right? He'd be like, my current contract ends in 2025. I'm just going to disappear into the sunset after that, yeah? If he felt we were guilty, he obviously doesn't. But if he did, he'd say, I've got loads of money now. I've won loads of trophies. I've built great teams. I've managed Messi. I've managed Haaland, yada, yada, yada. I'll dip now and let City deal with that because that's a City problem now. Pep and the club are adamant we are innocent. Clearly, the club have given Pep sufficient reasoning / evidence to feel that we're innocent, so he's willing to stay and fight for his own integrity, the integrity of his own successes. Does that make sense to you lot? Does it make sense? Are you with me on the timeline now? Because I think it's actually quite powerful stuff. I think genuinely this is quite powerful stuff, man. What are your thoughts? I mean, 2025 will take him to 9 years of the club. So we all have the dream that he'll do 10. Now, here we go. Here's more. Pep wants to be here so he can react and does not want to be out of the picture and playing golf when the legal process is reached. It is a matter of principle and loyalty for him. I'll read this piece again. Pep wants to be here so he can react and does not want to be out of the picture and playing golf when the legal process is reached. It is a matter of principle and loyalty for him. You see what I'm saying? We have given Pep Guardiola all the resources he needed to be successful. We said, as soon as you get here, we'll give you the players you want. There'll be a direct link between you and the boardroom, the transfer team, the scouting team, any networks we have. The underage teams will play the way you want. We have ensured Pep has had everything he has needed. And he's delivered. He's delivered tenfolds. 5 Premier Leagues later, a treble later, a Champions League later, multiple cups later. He's delivered. So the relationship between Manchester City and Pep Guardiola, fan level, boardroom level, player level, is sweet as. It's a great relationship. It's a beautiful relationship. That's why when we go to the stadium, we sing, because we've got Guardiola. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful, special relationship that some people never get to have with the manager of their club. And Pep feels that loyalty. Pep feels that loyalty. At Bayern Munich, we know he didn't feel loved. We know the people in Germany didn't particularly love Pep Guardiola because they feel that he tried to alter the way they play football and away from the traditional German style, whereas we love Pep and we've given him everything and he's given us everything. So it's a matter of loyalty for him. It's a loyalty thing for Pep Guardiola. You don't feel loyal to someone who has committed an offense that may damage you. Pep feels we're innocent. This is what this screams of, man. This screams Pep feels we're innocent. Whatever the board or whatever the ownership or whoever's involved in the whole thing has produced to Pep, it has made him feel we're innocent and he's standing by it and he's showing his loyalty, man. He's shown his loyalty. I mean, Han here says the owners are not worried. They're expanding the stadium. The confidence oozing through the club throughout this whole process, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. You just have to feel confident that we're going to smash these Premier League charges. Anyway, I digress. If it takes another 3 years, Pep will be here. If the independent tribunal tried to smear his work, he will be at City until he is 60. If that's what it takes to make others pay. There's a sense of vengeance here. There's a sense of anger. There is a sense of anger behind this, man. If it takes another 3 years, Pep will be here. If the independent tribunal try to smear his work. That's what I'm saying to you the last 10 minutes, people. All the success he's had, this is trying to smear it. This is trying to shit on it. This is trying to find a way to basically say, we'll wipe out that whole period of Pep Guardiola. We'll just call it a cheat. We'll put the asterisk over the Pep Guardiola era at Manchester City. If you're innocent, which Pep feels we are and the club feel we are, they're going to fight. They're going to stick around. Pep spearheaded our success, and now he wants to spearhead our innocence. What a guy, man. What a goddamn guy. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. He's a special, special manager. And the loyalty and the relationship between Pep Guardiola and the Manchester City as a football club, as an entity, as a fan base, it's so, so beautiful, man. Which is why I want this so badly, man. I really want this innocence to come for him, for us as a club, for everything. But he deserves it, man. Everything Pep's done for this club, to put us on the pedestal we are now, to put us on the map that we're on now, to make us world dominant. While Man United are letting life pass them by, Pep Guardiola is that guy. Pep is that guy, man. I digress. As previously stated by Pep, as long as City still want him and the players are buying in, he will be there. We will be there. International football is not in his thinking at this stage of his career. Maybe one day, but he needs to be busy. His football education is far from over. So last week we got news that England were interested in Pep Guardiola. We know Spain, Brazil, a couple of countries have shown interest in Pep Guardiola. International football, not in his train of thought. Maybe one day, but needs to be busy. Pep's one of these really high-strung, intense people. If you watch enough of Pep Guardiola's interviews and what you know about his life, you'll know he's a really intense guy. He needs to be fucking busy, man. International football won't do that. So, the next piece. City will commission a statue of Pep when the timing is right. There are also suggestions the new North Stand redevelopment might carry his name in a lasting tribute to his legacy. This is another sign that the club are just standing by Pep, and that's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do, man. So a statue of Pep, is that a W move, chat? Is that a W move? I think Pep Guardiola, man, get him his statue, place it wherever he wants it around the Etihad campus. This guy has delivered to us what many could have only dreamed of not too long ago. You know, you look at people like Big Steve and Martin and even Daps and these kind of guys who are a good bit older than me, and they were going to Main Road back in the day when City were in Division 3 and going to York away and Gillingham away and these shitholes. These guys could have only dreamed of winning a treble, winning a European Cup, watching players like Erling Haaland wear your shirt, the shirt you're wearing, the blue shirt you're wearing in the stands. The best players in the world are wearing that shirt, scoring goals and lifting trophies. And Pep has done that for us. Mancini got it started off. Pellegrini kept it going. And then Pep just went, boom, Pep went mad. And he took it to the next level, man. KDB deserves a statue. I think Pep deserves the statue, man. Pep's the guy who brought us from being, you know, a good club on the rise with big money he bridged that gap to make us a powerhouse. Whether rival fans want to tell us or not, you know, your little city, you know, you bought your success, yada, yada, yada. They're afraid of us. We're a powerhouse now. They're intimidated by us. Nobody comes to the Etihad expecting anything. And when we go to anybody else's place, they're still not expecting anything. We've got fans of Man United, big Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, saying until Pep's gone, we can't do anything. You're talking about Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, United fans, the three biggest clubs in England, saying they can't do fuck all until the manager of, let me check notes, Manchester City leaves. Pep did that. Pep did that. Pep has made City a club that nobody feels they can compete with. Are you sick in the head? I'm telling you. Build this guy a statue. Build it while he's still here. Build it tomorrow. Build Pep his statue. He deserves it. He's made us the powerhouse we are today. Nobody can fuck with us. Nobody wants to fuck with us. They can't. They feel it's gone too far and they can't close in. Liverpool, 96 points, 97 points, still couldn't win the league. Arsenal, top of the league for 247 days, still couldn't win the league. We win our third league in a row. They won't win the Champions League same year. We did. And the FA Cup. First Manchester Derby final. Pep did that. Telling you, man. Get the guy his goddamn statue. The club need to show Pep what he means to us. If he's willing to stand by us during a sticky time, which he is, he's willing to flex and show his loyalty during a time where plenty of cowards would want to walk away. Plenty of soft managers would say, I want nothing to do with this fiasco. I'm going to go somewhere else, so my name's not attached to this. He's saying, no, I've worked too goddamn hard to make City what they are for some Premier League bullshit to tear that down. Get the guy his statue. Next piece. Pep knows there are plenty of people in this country who want to see the back of him. That's what I just said. They all want to see the back of him because they can't fucking compete with him. Of course you want to see if you're me, I'm not a boxer, right? I'm not a boxer, I'm not a fighter. If I'm hopping into a ring with Mike Tyson in his prime, I want him to leave because I can't compete with him. But it's not like you have mid-table clubs saying, oh, we just can't compete with them, yada, yada. You have the biggest clubs in the country and around Europe saying they can't compete with Manchester City. Believing City can then be more easily kicked around, he will not give them the satisfaction. Bro, this club is ingrained in Pep Guardiola. He'll only stay for 2 seasons in 2016, they said. He won't be able to handle the challenge of the Premier League. He won't be able to translate tiki-taka football to England. Bro, he's tore England to shreds. And I'm not going to lie, chat, man. I've had enough of people saying, oh, well, you bought this and you cheated that and 115. I do laugh at it. But when you're trying to have a real conversation, I'm going to use the phrase I always do. Call a spade a spade. Pep has fucked England up. He came in, won 4 Carabaos in a row, FA Cups, 2 Premier Leagues, Liverpool won it. Then 3 Premier Leagues, the third one being in a treble season with an FA Cup. Pep has destroyed domestic football, and now he's just topped off the European crown. They want to see the back of him because they can't fucking compete with him. They're all spending billions, literally billions. United have spent 1.5 billion since Alex Ferguson left and haven't finished above us once in that 10 years. They haven't finished, even before Pep was here, they still hadn't finished above us. Chelsea, over $1 billion in the last, 18 months? They're shit. Arsenal, even Arsenal are now spending big cash. A club not known for spending big cash. 247 days on top. Surely we're going to win the league. We're 8 points clear at one stage. Pep still catches you. Pep still catches you. Liverpool would have had the most golden era in their club's history if Pep wasn't about. Klopp would have cleaned up the leagues. And they still lost to us by a point twice. They couldn't do it. There's something different about Pep Guardiola, man. He's built different. His mentality, his education, his I don't know, man. If I knew what he had, I'd be doing it myself. Instead, I'm here talking about how great he is. Bro, build him a statue. We're extending the North Stand to higher capacity. The North Stand is the one directly opposite where I sit. If you watch my vlogs, we're making that a bigger stand. It's only 1 tier currently. I think we're making it 2 tiers, and they're talking about naming that the Pep Guardiola stand or the Pep stand or whatever. I'm relocating my season ticket. If we name the North Stand the Pep Guardiola stand, I'm relocating to the Pep stand. because I owe him everything. I owe Pep Guardiola, as a football fan, everything. He has given me the best day. The last 2 Mays in a row, I've been on the Etihad pitch. I hugged Zinchenko. I hugged Jesus 2 years ago. Consequently, they both left. They must have thought I smelled or something. But you know what I'm saying? Pep's given me FA Cup final, beating United multiple times. Pep's given us, give him his statue, give him his stand, give him whatever he wants. And we're not just saying that because of what he's won. We're now saying that because he's saying, if you want to smear my success, I'm sticking around longer. You're going to anger the beast further. You're going to anger the beast further, man. That's the news. That's the news about Pep. That's the news about Pep, man. It's powerful stuff. If it's true, which I like to think it is, I think it's powerful, powerful, powerful stuff, man. I really do. He's a special, special manager. And he's given us absolutely everything. I want to see what you lot are saying in the chat now, man. Get in your thoughts. I'll get some of your messages up on screen and we'll talk about it more. One sec. Let me just sort out my my Twitter here. The Pep Guardiola stand. Like, you know, when someone special comes along in life, in any walk of life, not just football, someone special who has an undying loyalty to you, which Pep does, you gotta honor them, man. You gotta honor these people because they're so, so special. Like, people talking about PSG in the chat, man. PSG have the easiest fucking run they could any club could ask for. They have billions and billions and billions more money than anybody else in France. So they should and do walk that league. All they had to do was focus on Champions League and win it. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, and all the rest of them. They still couldn't win it. Money doesn't equal success. Remember Centurion season and the season after that? City won 2 leagues in a row. And everyone's saying, yeah, well, they bought success. That argument's cancelled. Cancelled culture. I'm throwing that in the cancelled book. Because everybody else has bought. But not everybody else has won. You can spend what you want. But you can't. The cream always rises to the top. You know what I mean? We are the cream of the crop. Bars. Bars. Telling you, man. I love it when people say, when the rival fans say, we just need Pep to leave. It's such an admitting of defeat. It's such a like, what can we do? You know, what the fuck can we do? We have the Premier League in a chokehold. We have done in a chokehold. Think of deep that, man. Deep the clubs that are sick of us. Chelsea, Arsenal, United, Liverpool. They're fed up, man. They're fed up. Give him whatever he wants. Contract extension. Give him a blank check. Say, put as many zeros as you want on it. Give him a statue. Give him the stand name. Because this guy's fighting for us. We need to fight for him. That's what I'm saying, man. This guy's willing to fight for us throughout these Premier League charges. He's willing to fight for us, fight for his own legacy, fight for all of our successes. So we got to fight for him. We got to back him. Got to sing his name in the stadium, back him online, laugh at people trying to take the piss out of him. Because we know the way our club is run. We know that we will eventually come out on top. You can't beat the best. Come on, man. What are we saying, man? Anyway, I thought those pieces of news from Tommy, I like to think they're true. And like I said at the top of the stream, Tommy simply would not be saying these things unless there was substance to them, unless there was truth to it. And I think it's true because Pep would be gone by now if he felt he was in the shitter or if the club were in the shitter. He'd be gone. If he felt we really fucked up, he'd be gone. He is adamant we're innocent. We are adamant we're innocent. Stand by the guy, man. Stand by our guy. Pep ain't gonna be England manager, man. Pep ain't gonna be England manager. Part of this piece of news says that it's not on his being an international manager is not on his train of thought. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's saying even if there's no resolution to this situation by the time 2025 comes around and his contract comes to an end, he's willing to stay past that. We could in theory see 15 years of Pep, 12, 15 years of Pep. Pep could go on and just outdo Fergie if he really wanted to. He could. And I believe he would. If Pep wanted to stay another 6, 7 years, he could just go and outdo Fergie. We're talking about the greatest manager, in my opinion, to ever exist. If we win the league this year, we'd have won 4 in a row. No one's ever done that. Do you know how mad that is? 4 in a row, never done. You know how mad that is? Alex Ferguson, who many believe is the greatest manager of all time, never did it. He did 3 twice, so kudos. Never did 4. Fergie did the treble. Pep's done the treble. Fergie never did Centurions. Fergie never hit the points level that Pep is regularly hitting. Pep's the guy, man. If Pep wants to, he'll go and outdo Fergie. I've no doubt. I've no doubt. We have no reason to doubt him. Boom! Adrian. Fergie didn't change football culture. Boom! Big comment. Pep, that's you have to factor in when you're talking about who is the greatest of all time. It's not just trophies, which Pep has plenty. It's who impacted football. No one tried to emulate the way Fergie's teams played football. They just did their thing. People want to play like Pep. People want to play like Pep. They'll be making documentaries. Trust me, in a few years about this. Pep changed the culture of football, revolutionized multiple times. False nines, no strikers, inverted this, inverted that. Extra midfielders from centre halves. Fergie never did any of that. Fergie was a great manager. Pep's a coach, a manager, the whole lot. Arteta's trying to copy him. Arteta thought he could copy Pep's notes and go on and steal Pep's rewards last year, Premier League. Nope. Pep said, no, little bro. Ain't happening this year. We're going to let you sit on top of the tree for 247 days and then snatch it off you at the end. We got to back this guy, man. We got to honor him whatever way we can, every way we can. Statue, stadium name, the whole shebang, man. Because he's showing his loyalty to us. So listen, that's the news. That's the news. I enjoyed that. Got very passionate there at one stage. So you can see how much he means to me anyway. Because he's given me, like I said, he's given me some of the best, literally the best days of my life. Home and away, going around Europe to watch Pep Guardiola's Manchester City team. It's a fucking honor. It's an absolute honor to scan my season ticket to go to the Etihad every week. It's an honor. And we're blessed. If you don't get to go to the games, those of you who get to turn on your TV wherever you are in the world to watch Pep and say, that's my manager. You're honored. You're blessed. So we need to honor him. We need to honor him and thank him and be grateful to whatever God you pray to that we have this guy. We have this guy. So that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Listen, that's the news. Tommy's news. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to wrap it up now in a second. I'm going to record a video in a while as well about Rodri. Spoke about Saudi Arabia. He opened up on his thoughts about Saudi Arabia and what's going on there. So I might record a reaction video to what he was saying. Jordan's back from his holidays tomorrow. I know you've all missed Jordan, so he'll be back tomorrow to show his face again. We'll see what he's saying about everything that's gone on. So I look forward to seeing Jordan again. Back this weekend, West Ham away. There'll be a watch along. I'm not going to the game. I'm going to Belgrade at home, Forest at home, Wolves away. I've loads of traveling to do. So this weekend, I'm taking a weekend off traveling. There'll be previews, all the normal content back this week, starting tomorrow, man. Starting tomorrow. So listen, if you do me a favor, still 350 people in the building. Please, please, please smash a quick like on the stream if you enjoyed it. Share your thoughts on everything I said down below in the comments. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're on the road to 85K or whatever the next goal is. Subscribe. Share it to a friend. Yeah, I enjoyed that one, man. And we'll see you all very soon. Pleasure to speak to all of you as always, man.